So when you read your assignment for this coming week, you will notice that there is a case where this lady by the name of Jane samples 40 of her friends, and 27 of her friends side that this particular politician is going to win. So I found this resource for you that I think will be helpful. And so I want you to understand that when we talk about the proportions, we are looking at whether or not this individual is going to win the election or not. And if you were to put in your numbers in this case, we're looking at 95% confidence level. So our alpha is 0.05. We call this a directional hypothesis. And we call it a directional hypothesis because either the candidate is going to win or not. And so when we look at our alternative hypothesis, we looked at that particular value or fractional piece of the sample size that she takes should be greater than the hypothesized proportion. So we're going to assume that you need to win 50% of the votes or more. So I'm going to put 0.5 for 50%. The sample size that we have is 40 because that's how many people she sampled. I'm sorry, 40, not 50. And also, of those 40, only 27 of them actually want to vote for this particular candidate. So what I like about this website is if you scroll below, you have basically the formula that we're going to use. Remember I said that in this case, this value that you see right here is a 27 over 40, and this value right here is the 50% margin, right? If they're both stuck and it's 50-50, then there's no winner. Over here, this is the square root of that 0.50, 1 minus that 0.50, 0.50 again, all over n. And so when you compute this, you'll find your answer. So once you hit solve, you will notice that not only are you going to get the results on this particular calculator, but it gives you the interpretations. So as you read further down, you can see all of the values that are computed here, from the z-score of 2.21, which is one of your questions, to the actual p-value approach. You see down here number 4, where it says using the p-value approach, the p-value is 0.0134. And since that p-value is equal to 0.0134, and that is less than alpha of 0.05, since it's one directional, it is concluded that the null hypothesis is rejected. And that should be helpful. Now there's your confidence interval, which I love to see that as well. That's 0.53 to 0.82. It also gives you the diagram, which is really nice. And it gives you, again, another explanation as to how this is used. So this is a really great resource for you. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial, which pretty much answers your question 10 questions.